man, this is the Chris Box. Got a special guest in the house, man. My Mr. YBO.
Yo, damn, man.
Hey man, what's up, man? I ain't seen you in a while. Last time I seen you, you said you was gonna be right back.
Nah, you know I said I'm gonna be gone for no time.
January, February, my check for May. Back in my cup, OG from the bay. Every day, I get high every day. Baby, I'ma hit the switch shit up to November. I be gone to November. Nigga, I'm gone to November. I be gone to November. Nigga, I'm gone.
I'm going, back to Cali. I told her she want me, she can have me. Look, young Billy, the ladies man, you got it off the rock. I got mine in Afghanistan, let's blow something. All business and no flipping. My love letter, how to roll and smoke it, so now she know better. I get it all from the front to the back. Put these on it, now we pouring blunts in the back. Rolling down Clyde Fan with a chick from the loop. On my way to the boat with a chick with some loot. In the triple D, with a chick with some triple D. Yeah, I made it. Turning my dreams to reality. So let's sip till we tip. Turn all the way up. I'm sparking the revolution. Purple rain in my cup. Cause where I come from, it's a struggle to bubble. I'm shotgun. I don't play out the huddle. Smoke some. Come on.
January, February, my check for May. Back in my cup, OG from the bay. Every day, I get high every day. Baby, I'ma hit the switch shit up.
Gone to November.
I be gone to November. Nigga, I'm gone.
I can see you guys sing this shit. Mr. YBR.
I'm feeling love with a stripper. Smoking big chains with a face in my zipper. That'll be the big tipper. Who are you? It's the king of the country for those asking. Bought my own clothes so I can hang with the assassin. Run passing, music blasting, smashing. Both of my favorite tickets, half 40 hashtags. I'm Michael Jackson bad, always ready to beat it. And what we do will be our little secret. You know it's real. Come on.
January, February, my check for May. Back in my cup, OG from the bay. Every day, I get high every day. Baby, I'ma hit the switch shit up to November. I be gone to November. Nigga, I'm gone. Back to November. I be gone to November. Nigga, I'm gone.
Shot here.
All I know is go get it. I told her don't be scared. I'm driving while she ride, hoping I can get us there. She told me she was with it, that she kissed my tattoos. Had to pause for a minute at the 420 clinic. Now I'm back on the digits. I-20 headed to the 903 for a Connie Woods visit. Land of the sticks, home on the trees. Ain't get ain't beach Texas when the dog run free. I'm like a thief in the night, slick talking and pimp walking. Making sure some respect when I'm talking. Throw your cups in the air, wave them around like you don't give a fuck. Make them stop when they stare. Oh yeah.
January, February, my check for May. Back in my cup, OG from the bay. Every day, I get high every day. Baby, I'ma hit the switch shit up to November. I be gone to November. Nigga, I'm gone. Back to November. I be gone to November. Nigga, I'm gone.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. We are back again. After a small hiatus. Right. You know, this is the episode, or this is the series,
The segment, the section, everything. You
known
right on time,
as
right?
Trap Talk.
Trap talk. Let me
Call
see it. Trap talk.
acronym, man.
Yes.
Tell what's the acronym for, man? What the
Talking real aspects professional.
This ain't rookie talk.
Nah.
You know, this is professional trap talk. I am Barleen.
Hey, this your boy C.A. You know what I'm talking about?
You cool, aka the Gap 2 Guru.
Hey, and together we make trap talk, man.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
That's what
man.
it is.
Man, I'm glad to be back up in here, man. Tell y'all the truth.
Right?
Yeah, me too, man.
If you're on the live right now, appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you're in YouTube world, before we even get started,
Or we even get started.
subscribe to the channel,
Yeah.
hit the like button
Uh-huh.
and tell somebody that some brothers down in these Texas, man, talking that trap talk, man. Talking real aspects, professionally, man. We're gonna get into it tonight, man. There's a lot of shit going on, man. How y'all doing?
Man,
I'm feeling fine.
like I said, peace and greetings, and definitely a blessing to be here, man.
Yeah, for real.
Hey, you know how that go. You know what I'm saying? Let's everybody clean up.
right quick, man.
Before we start this shit, let's
shit
slide
done
that
got
around.
wild out here, man.
Let's slide that around, settle ties and real good.
do
So
it.
you gotta hit them hands, hit
Shit
them
done
right there.
got wild out here out in these streets.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be passing nothing.
On the planet that they call Earth.
Yeah.
It ain't just crazy, man.
The planet.
In the United States. And this is global,
Make
man.
you appreciate living back in the Congo.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all, listen. It's incredible that it takes something like this for us to act right and do what you're supposed to be doing in the first place.
Come on.
You know, and I hate the fact that we got limited contact. It's like we don't even give dap or run up and hug folks. We greet folks like the eggs is like, what's up?
Hey man, I gave a nigga an air dab today. I gave my air dab. I said I ain't even gonna dab you all the way. We're gonna be like this with it.
Hey,
You know.
fight the power.
You know.
I ain't gonna even lie, I stopped the nigga at the door.
Yeah.
Nigga was coming over to the house, he wanted to holler at me. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna stop at the door and talk outside, man.
Yeah, I don't know where you been.
I can't trust it, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's
I got
serious.
kids in the house, you know
It's
what I mean?
serious, man.
It's
Yeah,
serious.
man.
They people, man, listen, y'all, don't be playing. Don't be playing. I don't know, man. I'm not convinced that, you know, black folks is immune. They probably immune in Africa because, you know, they still on the motherland. They probably eating some Wakandan leaf that everybody ever
No, since you said that, let's go ahead and get up into the shit that I have came up with, man. You know,
What's the mix?
it's on, you know, the coronavirus or whatever.
Right.
We don't really know. They say it came from China. And you know, even the president, this boy called it the Chinese virus. That nigga's
Kung
hell,
flu.
man.
They said some racist shit today. Kung flu is what they call it. Go ahead.
Hey, but I don't know if y'all know about the whole 5G. Y'all up on the 5G shit?
Like-
you know the shit that they put
like
in
your
your phones
phones,
on.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that's some technology that's brand new. You know what I'm saying? And it's at a level that has not been put out before, so we don't know the effects of it. We don't know how it's gonna affect us internally. You know what I'm saying? With all the radio waves and all the other shit. But they do know, and it was references made to this, probably, I know last year, on how it's gonna damage us so much. And when we talk about Africa, they say, why is the coronavirus so low? Because for one, they don't have the 5G towers everywhere. And then they say, this is what they're saying. They're saying that all of us are somewhat exposed to this corona, I guess.
I believe that.
But they say once you are with the 5G devices, it's something that's going to happen to you internally to break your immune system down. Now, you can look this up your own self and come back with the comments with your research, but they going somewhere with that shit. I'm a firm believer that this 5G technology is going to be some way to weaken us, whether it be our immune system, when other things we come into play with other viruses or, you know, just shit to weaken us and cause us to be sick, man. That's my spiel on the way the Africans ain't got it. They ain't got all that 5G towers and staying on their cell phones all day and they out there in the sun, man.
I thought they did have 5G. They ain't that far behind.
Yeah.
They got some shit. That's Africa. That shit. There ain't no jungles or bushes. They got.
not all.
I mean, but I don't know. It could. I'm not ruling out anything at this point. I'm at that point in my life where I don't know enough about none of this that anything is possible. But again, the same way when we talking about addressing police brutality and all that shit, That shit ain't gonna change because everybody that's doing it's gonna change. We gotta change some things. And I don't know what it is, but if I'm gonna have to wash my hands and limit my contact with certain people in certain places for a little while, so be it. I mean, it's peanut butter out here. If one thing, Negroes know how to survive.
Right.
And so I ain't worried about surviving this.
Yeah.
I'm worried about, okay, am I gonna be financially stable to catch one of these deals while the deals get good?
Facts.
I'm thinking
Facts.
just like business.
Facts, you got to have something put up.
You got basically trying to, turn a bad situation into a good one, or so to speak.
Absolutely.
I mean, take it what they say, strike while the iron hot.
Water riders.
I want to say it was
The fish ready.
It was a comedian
Yeah.
that said, yeah, man, motherfucker come around you, man, with the best deals when you ain't never got no money.
Right.
I got a Cadillac for $15. Man, I got 10. Man, I got my $10 on it, man.
No, you don't. You got a phone. Don't let no black be for $15 and you know me.
Hey man, but
Hey,
not to
I got that 15 for you.
Not to deviate, so we stay on pace. At first, my first thing of it was black people couldn't get it.
Right.
They, it wasn't possible for the black people to get. It was something that was like a European disease or something. Then they hit us with the nigga from the Utah Jazz.
Right, basketball.
No,
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, they went from one the light skin to the all the way nigga that looked like me.
Hey, but it had me thinking like maybe they from overseas or something.
Well, they're
They-
doing
One
it.
of them is.
Okay,
Go back.
but that was still the first thing I thought. Okay, he don't count.
That's why I said
If
he a
from
light
overseas.
skin. Exactly. Then I said the
Go
nigga that
ahead.
look like me.
Right.
You following me?
Right.
Yeah.
We
His
brainwashed.
last name Mitchell.
What?
And then look though, then they hit you with Idris Elba.
Hey,
Now,
listen.
this is I'm not, fuck it.
Hey, you heard the latest?
Durant.
Durant.
But listen, it's what confuses me. Like Idris Elba, you got a brother, man, that eats, you know what I'm saying, clean, got enough money to be in the environment, he's healthy, he's active. How could somebody of such apparent health, even like the Durants, now, if they get exposed to people that got it, that's a different
That's what they were
story.
saying about Idris. He was
Same
around.
thing, he travels, man.
He was around somebody who had it.
This ain't, yeah. He's around
Yeah.
people who have
His immune
it.
system is
They can't convince me that the dude in the White House don't have it. He looks sick. He been in contact with 3 or 6 people that got it. Everybody can see that this cat looks sick when he on TV. Well, he already been sick. But everybody that come in contact with this get it.
But it's like if it's quote unquote like the flu. I mean, if a nigga come around here sneezing and coughing on shit, and we in here, it's 9 times out of 10, 1 or 3 of us gonna next week be sneezing
Absolutely.
and coughing. I mean,
but this is even worse though. They just breathing around.
nah,
Yeah.
they ain't contaminate nothing.
The air, man, it's air.
Airborne.
It's airborne, man. That's
yeah,
what
you
makes
right,
it bad.
right. Yeah, they did.
But
say
yeah, the
that.
sneezing,
Okay.
absolutely, bro. I agree with you, but this is just a little bit more advanced. So all I'm saying is that you gotta be careful. You gotta stop them at the door like you did.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna say this, they shutting shit down. They got in the cities, they got the bars, the nightclub. The nightlife is dead.
Yeah,
The
right.
casinos, that shit is dead.
Mhm.
How long until they say the airport is dead, the train station dead? I think they're giving people just enough time to get wherever they're gonna be to get before they push their button and say, okay, San Francisco is under the ordinance. You got to be in the house. If
For
you ain't
3
going to
weeks.
the grocery
Yeah.
store, if you ain't going to the doctor, you gotta stay home.
For 3 weeks,
And
they
so,
under this.
even though
ordinance,
all 50 states are independent states of themselves and can operate how they want to, at some point, everybody gonna get on the same page, and everybody gonna have to sit the fuck down. This is just my, what you call it, assumption maybe, or this is my prediction.
Mhm.
This is my prediction that, man, we ain't even got to the stages of sit the fuck down and don't leave the house yet. We ain't even got there yet, man, because you say it's airborne. So what they telling everybody, okay, first of all, If you ain't got to go nowhere, stay home. Stay home. But they got people still coming into the United States. You got people that's working and traveling. And they got schools shut down, all the sports shut down. At some point, I believe they're going to say, sit down. And it might be for longer than people are really prepared to sit down.
Well, you know, a lot of folks have talked about this over the years, you know, especially, you know, folks in the environmental and climate justice initiatives realm, people like Big Mike have talked about, you know, are you able to sustain yourself in the event of an attack of some sort, which would limit our ability to purchase everything we need to eat from the store? Are we ready to grow our own? Do we have stockpiles of seeds? I don't think we do. Maybe after this, or maybe during this, I don't think this is the one. But I think this is like a warm-up to something that could be bigger and badder, right? But we need to start being prepared to learn how to grow our own gardens, how to produce our own water. I mean, there's enough in the air and that what comes out the sky to produce enough water for you. And if you can't, you can dig it up, you can get a well. Now, I grew up on well water.
I did too.
There's a lot of things that are old school techniques, tried and true, solar power, not relying on the grid. Everybody was shook up in Longview on my side of town this morning, right? Because the power went out. It was like, well, shit, this rain and shit ain't been no thunderstorm. Why everybody power out over here? Come to find out, somebody hit a pole and died.
Damn.
Hit a pole on Green Street.
Damn, that's tough.
And but everybody was like, you know, what the hell, you know, is this it? I could feel it, you know, and I'm like, damn, really, y'all like that? I like the power went out, you know. But we still got to be cautious. But I don't think people need to be like, you know, in their mindset that it's going to be, this is it. But I don't know.
See, the thing, I feel like just like you said, being prepared is a major key. But you don't even know what you're preparing for yet, and still, you know what I mean? Because you never crossed this bridge before. But you got another thing that I was thinking about is just the small businesses. A lot of the black-owned businesses that's not, you know, government funded. Like, these people been in business for years. What kind of hit?
Already struggling.
You know what I mean? What kind of hit is they finna take? Like,
hard.
You know what I mean? It's like
hella hard.
And then after that, do they come in, do the quote unquote city come in to try to swoop up and get that shit? You know what I mean? Because they like, oh, I went a month without business, I need to sell. Or I need a loan or something. So it's just
they talking about that. It's a lot of talk. There's been talk about everybody getting $1,000 check.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss that.
Did you see the census? Have you got a census paper?
I got mine. I filled it out. I just gotta turn it in.
Did you get one over?
Yeah, but I ain't fucking with that.
Yeah.
Man, it's serious, man. You need to. I mean, it is what it is. Figure out somewhere that's home and get on that paperwork. It's well, here's the thing. I am a firm believer, first and foremost, that this system isn't built for us. Okay? Grasp that. But when it comes to a numbers game, in order for people that look like you to get the right numbers, when you fill out that census and put that information there, it's more of an easier path for local government to continue providing things for people who can't provide it for themselves. So it doesn't really help us out at all that much.
Okay.
But it helps out people who really need it. When I worked in that realm, right, when I worked in that world, we made sure that clients and all people knew to fill out those censuses. It was something you would promote, because when you're dealing with people who are indigent, a lot of the money that gets funded when they start allocating funds to certain areas, they go to certain government entities. What we have around here is called ETCOG, East Texas Council of Governments. There's several county governments, some municipalities that have come together, and they kind of guardian over major funds from the federal government that come into local government. So when they get those funds, they can allocate them to the areas that we're in, so they're not going somewhere else. And so that's one of the major things that helps with the census. Now, there's other things that they do with the census, but things can help us if we take it. Same thing for the essays. They need to take it, but they don't take it. They run from it. Better fill that shit out.
That was a hell of a breakdown on the census information that I didn't know, and I still ain't gonna fuck with it. But I understand what you're saying completely though. I understand exactly what you're saying though.
Yeah.
That's new information to me. You know, I always figure they just trying to see how many niggas it is out here.
I mean, yeah, they trying to, but that's how, you know, okay, say for instance, there's a dude named Louis Gohmert, that's the Congress, you know, U.S. Congressman for this area, right? He's a jackass. Straight up, this is one of the 4 people who voted against making hate crimes like lynching a federal hate crime. This is one of those 4 people. He's our U.S. Congressman here in East Texas.
Dang.
So if more black folks was active, we could literally get him up out of that, because there is some power in it. Voting ain't gonna help us. I just hope people understand that. But voting will stop the bleeding. Okay, I'm convinced. I used to do all that civil rights stuff. I don't think we have a civil rights problem. You know, we have a definite human rights problem in this country. But when it gets to the bigger picture, it's like the economic empowerment sometimes in areas where we live at comes through the vote. So if we have to be represented by a jackass, it's our own fault. Okay? I'm not saying you're gonna get anybody that's gonna be great, but you gotta get somebody different locally. This dude voted against making lynching a federal hate crime, dude.
Yeah.
Only 4 people voted against it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, and it's not surprising that he's from the East Texas area, man.
Yeah,
But at the same point in time, the voting thing, we're gonna go to the president shit later. But local, I agree. But I also say that we have to have somebody in there that we can talk to. We gotta, somebody pay for his campaign or give donations to pump him and to keep him going to speak for them. We don't have nobody that's gonna speak for us because we ain't pick nobody or even groom somebody from where we come from to say, hey, all right now, we done put this much money for your campaign. This is what we want.
Man, they've been trying that shit for years. That shit ain't worked.
So it ain't gonna work either if we just vote another motherfucker in there that's different or have a different viewpoint than somebody else that actually has an agenda for us. Ain't nobody in there, we ain't had no agenda nobody can even talk about.
I agree with you. Listen, there's no argument on what you're saying, but there's also no argument on what I'm saying.
No.
So what it ultimately boils down to is one of them is active, and the other one is partially inactive. It's kind of like we used to think that turning the other cheek would convince these folks not to hate on us like they do. No. Turning around and smacking the taste out your mouth will get you to understand that you ain't gonna be putting your hands on the wrong person too long.
Right.
Now, there's repercussions, but sometimes if you wanna, satisfy the lion, you got to give the lion something to eat. And in my case, it's gonna be these hands.
Blood, man. It's got to be bloodshed. Like when you were talking about, it's not a civil right thing no more, man. Even in the 60s, that's what they called it movement, but it wasn't until Martin started talking about human rights when they popped his top. God bless the dead.
Yeah.
And even Malcolm, when they started talking about human rights, something that expands bigger than the United States. What you call it? What's the people, man, that come together all over the world?
NATO.
The NATO. That's one.
The United Nations.
This is when all the nations on the planet, on the globe, say, okay, the United States has a problem with the way they treat black folk.
This United Nations. Yeah.
Yeah.
They got a problem with the way they treat black folk. But then, as I think about it now, it's like, shit, the Chinaman don't give a damn about a nigga. Russians don't give a damn about, I mean, wherever you can think about that has a head, like the President of the United States or
Yeah, prime minister, presidents, whatever they are, dictators, whatever.
everybody, man, on this planet that don't look like us is not gonna help us, man. We got to learn that shit. We all we got at the end of the day.
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell y'all right now, these folks that stockpile things and everything, and some of them got caught for price gouging, selling the stuff back onto the market that they stockpile like this hand sanitizer, right? But here's the thing, though. This is teaching us that I'm telling you, these folks. I'm gonna tell y'all a story in a minute if y'all want to hear about the same thing that happened a couple years ago. But these folks ain't gonna help us. We gotta learn that we're gonna help ourselves. But I know it's gonna take this to go a little bit further before we realize that, you know what?
How much further you think it's going?
Oh, I don't
You
know.
personally.
I don't know.
You gotta have.
No, man, I don't have any prediction.
I think this
You
gonna
gotta
be
be-
the one. I just don't think we see it yet. But I think this one right here, man, gonna really sit us down, and we're going to realize that, okay, people that's been going to work, they ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying? Because what we don't realize also too is, man, it's a lot of people that literally live check to check, man. You know, so if you don't go to work 1 or 2 weeks, a lot of people, man, quote unquote dead. You know what I'm saying? Even the strippers right now, the people who work in the nightlife, man, people who deal with cash and every day, the waiters, you know what I'm saying, people who go get tips.
Right.
These people are gonna suffer, man, because it's a daily stream of income.
Yeah.
You know, it's a daily thing where they gotta accumulate this money, stack it up to pay all these bills. So once you miss, and then even in some states though, I'm seeing that they suspending the big moves in Atlanta. The mayor in Atlanta said can't nobody get their water cut off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I seen somewhere else, the power companies, you know, the head of the city mandated, hey man, the power company, y'all let these people power stay on, man, to this shit.
And some of them doing mortgage, you know, forgiveness for a month. I wish mine would have, but yeah.
They waiving interest fees on loans.
Yeah, the
Student
Fed,
loans.
yeah,
Student loans.
yeah.
I don't want people to take that wrong and think they waiving your student loan.
Well, there's something else with the Fed. They went with something like a 0 to a minus 0.25, which is a 0.25% interest rate, which could possibly get people down under 3% really easily. Maybe some of them under 2% if they refinance their house. So like I said, you got to be able to look at these opportunities and say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and take advantage like it was going to be hurting, because I'm going to come out of this joint maybe $20,000, $30,000 less paying in interest over the life of a loan. Some of them more than that. If you drop from 4 to 5% down to 2%.
As you look back and just I say past times, I don't like to say history because our history and world history, you know, it gets mixed. But if you look back on past times and you can compare this to anything that you know, read about or seen about, because you're a little older than me, you're a little older than me.
Well, there was a flu in 1918 that happened in my hometown in Quad City, Illinois.
Is this the story?
No, this isn't the story, but I'm just saying there are instances where things hit certain communities really hard. They were national, but they hit certain areas really hard, and it's usually either for the lack of knowledge, which is ignorance, or it's because they're way too damn smart and they thought they could overcome certain things. And that has been the way throughout eons on this planet. You know, tens of thousands of years, that's what's been our downfall. But I think it's going to help us realize that, you know, that whole adage of looking out for one another, you've got to, Dr. Claude Anderson said it so good. He said it when he was a pilot, you know, you have to tell the people to put the oxygen mask on you first before you administer it to someone else. And we've got to learn that we've got to help ourselves There's no shame in it. Don't get caught up in that, oh no, we need to help all, we need to help the other poor people, we need to help the gay and lesbian and transsexual and transgender people, we need to help just women, we need to, no. I'm sorry. The agenda is our people. And we're crumbling.
Because the separation of it.
Yeah, because people hit with that, oh, you playing the race card bullshit. And I'm like, you guys always play the race card.
Y'all put the card in the goddamn game.
What are you talking about? I'm talking science here, and you talking nonsense. I'm talking science is a formula. You beat me, you kill me, I say something back, I get hit with the death penalty.
What you think, Zach? As far as something you've read about, documentation you've seen of something happening to this magnitude?
No, but I can tell you this. Just look how the shit was for the last little hurricane hit Houston.
Yeah.
And that was just something locally.
Yeah.
That affected the people, man. They work, they money, and a lot of people lost houses. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, though, they had shit set up, governmental shit set up, a fund set up to bring people kind of back to life. And even with the situation we got right now, which I'm looking at it like this, okay, they said Trump was going to come in and fuck the economy up out the gate. They said this shit 4 years ago.
Good job.
And so now, 4 years later, when it's time to see who's going to be the next president, the shit crashed. The whole stock market crashed. I'm looking at my Robin Hood every day, the shit losing money. So, boom, we ain't even hit the cusp of the shit of what's about to happen because we don't know. But
no, we don't know how.
But now, what did Trump do? What did Trump administration say? Man, we got $1 trillion. We got money. We're gonna pay these people, man. Yeah. Everybody need cash. They need money right now. But now Trump looking like a hero. You may not like nothing about it. And I had this argument with my mom. I can't convince her that this white man ain't no better than this man Trump.
Yeah.
And that's just something, man. That's an old political spell that done cast on us.
No, ain't no political. Well, yeah, it's political, but that's social engineering. It's science.
That's perfect. That's the perfect word, perfect phrase for it. Yeah. Absolutely. I feel what you're saying.
Go ahead.
But that spell, though, man, got us believing that this is better, that the left is better than the right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or the Democrat is better than this. Man, and when you look about it, I was just telling her today, she said something about Biden. I said, man, Biden is 70 years old or whatnot. So you mean to tell me between the time he was 20 and 60, he didn't realize that he was an asshole and he was putting in policy that was taking niggas to jail or further putting black people back? So it means it take him 50 years. Okay, I'm 70. Now I'm about to be the president, and now I'm finna go and shuck and jive with some black folks, and I'm good now. No, man, these are the same devils that they've always been. Now they just in your face with, I need you now, Negro. I need you.
They need that black vote.
Like, we don't realize Clinton. But I'm telling you, man, people don't even understand that Clinton.
That bitch is the one who made it 100 to 1 on the crack.
But hey, check this out, though.
That's a whole nother subject, my bad.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the resounding point, is that you're right. But what has been our response to it? See, we get too much in our emotions, man, as a people. I really, truly believe that there's been a veil put over us that we can't see because of something that we did against the Creator. I really believe that. Because nobody with our kind of talent, our kind of intellect, our kind of headstrong, stick-to-itness, tenacity, and desire to live and survive on a planet that thrives and gets off to kill you, and yet we still stand tall above all. Now, all that being said, it still comes to a point where we have to learn how to come together first.
Well, I totally agree. But God damn it, boy, that seems like a fantasy, man.
Hey, there is no other way.
I agree.
But this situation is going to divide. It's not gonna. You're not gonna. You think you're gonna get more come together off a situation like this?
It should, but these kind of things, you know, these things come on purpose, right? These kind of things have a tendency to divide.
That's exactly
Because
what
that's the easiest thing to do.
at this time, because it's like I ain't supposed to be around nobody no way, man. Fuck that anyway.
Yeah, but shoot, I want to have me a Corona cookout. I want to have a cookout where we smoke meat, where I can get one of them hand washing stations that they sell, you know, and put it out there. Everybody wash up, you know, mask up, and have a barbecue.
Look, man,
Hey,
I know y'all
folk.
have seen the internet thing where they got for the last 20 years. Yeah, from Y2K. You know, Y2K.
Yeah.
That's gonna focus on every
20
year.
years.
Yeah.
Every year. What was it last year?
They said every presidential
Ebola.
election. They said every presidential
Couple years
election.
ago.
Every year they got
it's a
something.
new disease.
That's gonna kill us all.
Remember the swine, the pig flu?
H1N1.
Yeah, the fucking mosquito bites.
West Nile.
Yeah.
Every
West Nile,
year, man,
yeah.
they bring and you know what that is? You know what that is? These are fear-based initiatives, man, to make people scared, man, to keep people in a panic. But I will say this though, this has so far made niggas realize that the games and the play, that shit is dead right now. You know, they canceled all your sports. I thought maybe folks might start to be like, well, damn, I ain't got no sports. Let me see what's really going on in the world.
Yeah.
But I was watching the shit today and yesterday. NFL, they trading, making moves and all this. Like, what the fuck does that really matter right now? At this point in time, it means nothing.
Unless they know something that we don't know.
They do. It means nothing, but it is a way to keep you, you know what I'm saying, from the real issue that's gonna affect your day-to-day life. Who get traded where ain't gonna affect you day-to-day, man. Like I said, those people are bound by nothing but contracts and money with the owners of these teams. The owners of these teams know more than the average motherfucker, man. You gotta follow the money. So I thought that it would stop niggas from.
And I was looking at how Michael Irvin got all upset with Stephen A. about this wide receiver from Texas getting traded. And I was looking at that little story and I was like, why did these Negroes arguing about a trade on a team that neither one of them got a vested interest in? Who cares why they traded them? Really?
Because Stephen A. as a reporter, he's getting paid top dollar as the black reporter at ESPN. So it's his job and his duty when there's chaos going on to act,
to manufacture more.
to act like a nigga. I mean, he's a clown. He's a butt. I mean, come on, let's be honest.
To keep people off inside of that, off inside of the entertainment, off inside of the
entertainment, because they don't want their jobs to take a hit. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, they're a corporation, sports in the business. It's been on such and such. So it's like, Stephen A., get in there, go to work. Keep our fans glued in.
Yeah, keep them distracted.
And Michael, he a bouncing hot for a chick anywhere he goes. I'm just, you know what I mean? That's just how he act anyway. He always get on TV and be doing some old yelling and screaming.
Yeah, I'm glad a lot of the stuff is suspended. I think people do need to focus on who they have close at heart, who's going to be down with you when times like this come about, because so many people going to be struggling. Some of our people going to be the first ones to struggle. I may even struggle, but I know how to come up out of it. Push come to shove, whatever the universe needs, I do believe I am capable of providing a portion of it.
We got this far.
Shoot.
We got this far.
We gotta look at this as an opportunity too. It's not it's not a game. If people in 1932 and 33 prohibition times came up with ways to get through with their speakeasies, and black folks with their juke joints, when they couldn't sell alcohol per se, they made it.
And who were the supporters of these establishments?
Oh, but this is I'm talking about the 30s. This is all black.
And that's my point.
Yeah.
That's my point exactly. And those businesses thrive.
Yeah, did real well.
They thrive.
Y'all been to the grocery store?
I didn't.
I went today. I went
didn't.
yesterday.
Yeah.
And the shit in there, man, is dry. The shelves are dry.
As far as
shelves
everything, or because I haven't been since before they whole.
Put it like
It's
this.
like certain items.
Put it like this. It's a lot of grocery shit that's gone.
Mhm.
You're not gonna get no paper towels. You're not gonna get no toilet paper. You're not gonna get no Lysol spray.
Hand sanitizer.
You're not gonna find it.
Yeah.
You're not
Gloves.
gonna get it, man.
None of that.
You're not gonna get it. But I was looking at the line in Costco in California, man. When I tell you the line for the Costco was from here all the way, these people standing in line with carts, damn into that light.
Damn. And the light,
3 hours.
y'all can't see the light about a half a mile.
3 hours. These folks said they waited to get in the store 3 hours outside. You know how long 3 hours is pushing the shopping cart outside just to end. They let one in and one out. One in and one out. Man, so that lets you know right there how people was not prepared whatsoever. Like it was the last minute. People like, go do this. I'm gonna tell you, man. As soon as I seen this corona shit going on anywhere, 2 weeks ago, went stocked up on water.
Yeah, I did too.
Went stocked up
That's
on
why I
water.
said I hadn't been, because I went and bought a lot of shit before.
So don't nobody drink tap water no more?
Hell no.
I don't understand that. I love tap water.
My
Tap
mother was
water is
drinking
better for
some
you
today.
than that bottled water. Unless you buying a particular pH standard bottled water. If you drinking that regular Ozarka or Dasani or Aquafina or
Never Dasani.
whatever one it is, the brand name brand, you ain't getting no value from it. All of the stuff that's in it that's good has been stripped away.
It's got to be better than the shit coming
No,
out.
I
Man,
don't know who told you that.
Hey man, the shit that come out that faucet, plants won't even
Y'all
grow
see
with
me
that
jump,
shit.
that motherfucker.
I don't know who
sound like
told
a
you
nigga
that.
Kicking in our door, man. That thunder.
I don't know who told you that, man.
If you
Tap water is good.
man, it's metal in that shit, man. I know
If you have metal pipes, yeah.
How is it here?
Okay, tell me what the process went through to make that water that you drink out the bottle.
That I cannot tell.
Okay.
I have nothing to play with.
I can
don't
tell
know.
you exactly how they make my water.
Man,
I
don't
know
trust
how
that
it go
tap
down.
water, man. I don't trust the tap.
Hey,
Y'all got a bunch of toilet paper in y'all house? I'm
Not
just
a
checking
whole
so I
bunch.
know if I run out of shit.
no, I ain't got a whole bunch. But I know people who do, and that's what I'm talking about, sticking together.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, man.
And then if push comes to shove and they don't want to share, you know what we got?
What?
We got cloth
Yeah.
and we got a washer and dry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if push comes to shove, we got a Family Dollar really close by. Run across and give me some $2 hand cloths, probably get about 20 of them. Hey, when it comes down to wiping your ass, might as well go ahead and wash your ass.
Yeah.
You know, hey, if toilet paper is like that, then that's what we're going to have to do. I mean, I got a plan.
Yeah, you got to play it?
I got a plan.
What about the this kind of going back to what we were talking about earlier, but what about how low key this is like a little soft martial law that could be that we already kind of in right now.
Oh,
It's
okay.
soft.
Okay, yeah.
And they say, again, don't come out of your house unless it's essential. People don't have to get to know each other.
It's essential for me.
What all them niggas gonna do with them side business?
Hey,
I have no idea what they do with it.
Hey, listen, man.
I want to know, nigga, send your request in to the hotline of the press.
I know one thing, it's going to be a lot of babies making.
Big facts.
Yeah, that's what happens when
Side
you stay inside
niggas,
the
side
house.
bitches, man.
Oh,
Y'all
you
hit,
gonna
man.
it's gonna be
Y'all
a lot of
motherfuckers
going
hit.
down.
Hey, yeah, it's gonna be a whole lot of motherfuckers trying to meet up to the grocery store parking lot, fucking in the daytime, god damn. Golly.
Well, I'm stupid. as
Shit gonna
fuck.
get wild, though, man.
Nah, man, that's what's gonna happen. I put up a meme about that. I was like, shoot, wait a minute. No sports, no live entertainment.
Nigga gonna nut
You
up.
gotta be stoved up in the house. Shoot, December.
9 months from now,
Simulate.
hospital's full.
December.
Hospital gonna be full, man.
December.
I know the one thing too, man. Like I said, we on this, like I say, semi-lockdown. It's nothing to do,
Correct.
and this shit is, like I said, man. We at the very beginning of this. They said 15 days for shit show, everything closed. Now, I believe that's just a warm up for them to be like, okay, 6 weeks, everything's still shut down. Niggas ain't went out to no type of nothing, man. The first day, they say the bars, the nightclubs is open. Man, money gonna appear out of thin air, man. Niggas gonna spend so much money, man, that first day. That's just my opinion.
My opinion, the same way this shit came out of nowhere, they gonna pull this shit off. However it happened, wherever it came from, I'm not a scientist, I'm not pretending like I know. I just know, I feel like my opinion, and you take it for a grain of salt or whatever, turn it on around, sit it down, whatever. The shit just gonna disappear. Just on some out of nowhere shit.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be like,
Who gonna still be standing? Who gonna still be able to come out this motherfucker standing?
exactly though. Now that
Because they said if they send $1,000, that's some folks' rent. I mean, some folks got $1,000 in car note insurance. How far is that $1,000 gonna take everybody, man? Financially or economically, man, I believe is where people gonna take the biggest hit. Yeah, some people gonna get sick.
Yeah.
They already sick.
Exactly.
And they have yet to be able to sit everybody still to prevent the spreading of the even know who got the shit. So that's why I feel like they gotta make folks be still for a minute, just to try to figure out where is the worst cases of motherfuckers getting sick at, where they coming from.
I know I was seeing, the stuff that I was reading, and as far as deaths go, the deaths was the elderly. It wasn't no baby deaths or nothing, because everybody was saying how you can take it to your kid, my baby can get it, but I didn't see no baby deaths.
Baby's immune system strong as a goddamn ox.
I
Then you
see.
tell me the nursing home, you can't even go visit.
No, you
nobody.
can't. No, you
Yeah,
can't. They got a person at the
You
door.
went in?
Yeah, I went in. I had to go. I went in Friday, I believe it was, down in Carthage. I had to go do some paperwork, and they make you fill out this questionnaire, and if you got any of the certain symptoms on there, you can't go in.
Yeah, I see.
But if
You went on business, right?
Yeah, I was on
Okay.
business, but
Okay.
still, that's what you have to go through if you're immediate family. They're letting some people in, but they make you use sanitizer in front of them, and then you sign this paperwork because they got your, address and phone number and all that. Of course,
So you read
Go on that motherfucker,
it
confidence
spread
sneeze like you
that
want to.
shit you want to, they gonna hit you with a case.
I told the woman up front, I said, look, ma'am, I said, you doing all this paperwork with these people that's coming in here, everybody that's coming in here might be subject to have been coming into contact with somebody, right? I said, you touching that pen and then you using that pen to write with, that ain't a good idea. I said, you make everybody do the sanitizer, but that's after they done used your pen.
Yeah.
I said, why don't you leave this pen up here? You let everybody that come up here use that pen, wipe it down, but if I was you, I wouldn't use that pen.
Yeah.
I bet she was like,
Listen, I was telling y'all earlier, for my closings, the mobile notary gonna keep pushing. I ordered 500 pens the other day. They came in today. I'm gonna be giving pens away like I'm Oprah at her show. You get a pen. You get a pen. You keep that one. I don't want it back. Everybody get a pen.
Throw them home.
Yeah, it's one and done. You understand me? For 500, my next 500 people, it's one and done. You understand me?
I will say this, that, it ain't to be, don't be scared, man. Don't be getting all that fear, man. Just be prepared, man.
Absolutely.
For the most part, get you some vitamins, get you some greens, eat some vegetables. You know what I'm saying? Because they always attack us through our food, and we are the main ones that really just eat anything anyway. So I think you should kind of be wising up about what you put in your body, because this is an attack on the human body. Why not, you know what I'm saying, fortify it to the best of your ability? You know, think about that at least. You know, I mean, shit, man.
My spiel on it too is I'm gonna get no shots and let people put this shit in.
You ain't gonna get the corona vaccine?
Man. No, thank you.
Oh, I ain't gonna get the flu shot. You
No,
know what I'm saying?
I don't get flu shots neither. So
I might get one next year.
I'm gonna keep going with it working.
me too.
I got some before, and then I didn't get them for a long time. Then I got one, and I haven't had one for a while. But
Did you catch the flu? Have you
Have you ever had the flu?
I mean, I'm pretty sure.
I had the flu.
I've had
How
the
do
flu
you know
before.
it's the flu?
I went to the doctor and I got tested, and the blood work came back and it showed I had type B, I think, flu, something like that. A few years
I
ago.
probably would have had that motherfucker and just didn't go.
Yeah, when you don't go to the doctor, you don't know. You just have symptoms. You just have the symptoms
I
of
had
the
cold,
cold, you know, the
you know.
fever and stuff.
If it's
Yeah.
been dead, you
Yeah.
like
You
revive
halfway
me.
dead. Yeah,
Hey,
but go to the doctor and find out. They
you
get
drinking
you,
black
swab your
seed
mouth.
oil and
They ain't gotta do
you
much.
drinking teas and water.
Yeah.
Like this, I'm sick. I'm fucked up over here. Shit.
Run around with that Dos Equis virus.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, don't do that. Get yourself checked out. Hey, man, we gotta, man, if y'all got any good vibes, send them towards my kinfolk in Memphis. She gotta take the test, or she took the test, and they got her under quarantine.
No shit.
Until, yeah, my first cousin up in Milwaukee, his daughter. Yeah.
This is another thing too. You know, do you know how many people took the goddamn AIDS test, the HIV test, that came back positive, and these people started to take the HIV medication until goddamn it, yeah, now they got AIDS. So if you take that motherfucker, and right now I'm pretty sure your cousin said she took it and it came back with a positive,
No, we don't know what it came back with.
but it came back when they said, go home, don't leave your house. Or don't even leave.
They haven't done, no, when you got, you know, when you sick, and then you get the test, they quarantine you till the results come
At
back
the hospital.
at home,
Okay,
I'm guessing.
right. Well, yeah, man. Anybody to get this, man, like I was talking about, don't let one test determine your diagnosis, man. Cause these people, man, like I was seeing it on the news today, they was like, yo, this test is not 100% accurate.
Right, but they got the ones that's coming out now are the ones that are. That's why it takes longer to get the results. So that shout out to that brother that's the Surgeon General. I don't think anybody else knows what they're doing at this point in time, but they struck them tests that were the first ones that were faulty, and they got the ones that worked. But make no mistake, we talking all this, I still think it's that dude in the White House fault that this is happening.
Why you say that? Let's hear
I
this.
mean,
Give me your
listen,
spiel.
man, you can't keep, it's coming out of a place where he be picking with folks, right? Northern Korea, China, whatever, over there, the Asian countries, you know, like, he likes to do business with them because they got the money, but he don't really respect nobody, nor does he respect anybody of color. And he looks at them the same way he looks at probably Italians
Omarosa.
or you know, so it's right. So let me get that straight first. But then when you keep looking at this dude, you got to realize that, hey, when you got these situations that require real leadership skills, certain people, when they get tried, they can't do it. And I've been a part of that kind of situation in my life, man, where somebody who's supposed to be the chief is supposed to be making this call, but when it comes down to making the call, they don't know how to make it. So somebody got to step in and make these calls. Because the shot got to be called. And this dude here don't know what he's doing.
But he got all the power. He got the juice.
He got the juice, but yeah. But what happens is this when you have stuff like this come up, it lets people know how good or how bad you are. And the proof is in the pudding. This test is a test of him. It ain't a test of me. It ain't a test of me because I believe we're going to get right through it. But the point is that this dude did a lot of failing and a lot of bullshitting on the job.
Yeah.
I don't care what your political background is, but when you don't do your job, I got a problem with you. I can't argue the fact that this dude is the president. He made president.
Yeah.
But if you're not doing good at your job,
Yeah.
I need to call you on it. You're doing horrible at your job. Just in case I get a little 2 cents in on his annual review.
You want that shit on the
I
record.
want that shit on the record.
Right, motherfucking
You're
now.
not doing your job, man.
You suck
You
at your
suck.
job.
Yeah, you are sorry as hell.
But definitely though, love, light, and healing energy to the family, man, because
Right.
we don't know, what the hell going on. So, I hope it's all negative.
Yeah.
And she, saying push all the way through, man. But you were the first person that told me before the news did, man. There's some corona in these tests.
Hey, I do the number. They still jiving on the number.
Yeah.
Man, I got a scoop the other day. And by the way, if y'all don't know what Bar is talking about, because we ain't been in here since then.
That was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I was supposed to come in. I was on the Thursday, and my daughter, I got called, and my daughter got hurt at a soccer scrimmage, so I had to go and check on that because I was like, I was gonna come over here, get in the booth or whatever, and then I had to go check on my girl, so she was in the ER at Lobby Regional, and I was noticing how they was talking about limits, but they wasn't really limited. So they was trying to act like they didn't have shit kind of different. But I used to work in that realm. I know half the people that still work in the ER from my days of doing healthcare. So I pulled a doctor over that I know. We spoke, and people have a way of talking with their eyes. You know what I'm saying? I know dude, right? He talked with his eyes. So I was like, okay, weird. Then there was a woman that was in there next to us, and she was talking, right? And they were talking to her like they had seen her a lot. And then I realized she was like a person that had been back and forth to the ER a bunch lately, and had been in both ERs. So she was talking on the phone to somebody, and she started saying, I just left Good Shepherd, and they said that 2 people came in when I was in there, and they had to close the doors, and they did all this with these 2 people, right? And then she said, I came over here because they didn't have what I needed, whatever, and I thought she was shopping around, but it wasn't for no narcotics, so it wasn't like that. So I was like, this lady ain't even under the influence, right? So she's talking, and she's like, yeah, they got the protocols, and normally we in these rooms, but now we in this way, we have to do this, whack. And I'm thinking like, damn, why they got this? And then she goes in, and then I overhear these staff people, and then I overhear this same lady talking about they've had 4 cases here that they moved into the ICU, and then they're gonna move them on to home because they can't, handle it here if it is. But they knew that it was, you know what I'm saying? But they couldn't confirm it because the test was bad. You did? And so I was like, okay, I was like, do I sit on this or do I just share? So check this out. I went ahead and shared it. I said, hey man, they got cases in Good Shepherd and they got cases in Lobby Regional, And people started hitting me up talking about, man, for real, my people work at, such and such spot, and I don't want them to go in. They don't want to go in, but they threatening them. And they was threatening these folks, man, and if they talk and shit, yeah, man, these folks can't say shit, the ones that know. And they're supposed to be a doctor. That's what I'm trying to get at. The other day I heard like there was like 20 more cases that's gonna blow. And but they gonna say this, that, and the third. Just like when I dropped my little thing on Facebook, The news journal goes and questions the people at the health department. Because I know on the low, they still lurk on everything I say on social media. Everything I ever say on
Because they
social
know
media.
he gonna be on point.
I don't know about that, but they lurk. So the very next day in the paper, they asked the dude at the Gregg County Health Department, hey, we heard this thing on social media, on Facebook, blah, 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 blah. And dude starts tap dancing. It's a brother too. It's a brother. It's over the health department. He started tap dancing, talking about, well, you know, you shouldn't listen to rumors on social media, especially places like Facebook. This whoop, whoop, whap, whap, we don't have any cases. Now this is it was a Thursday night I heard it and shared it. This was in the paper on Friday, okay? This was in the paper. They was lurking, they got the interview, it went in the paper Friday. So I responded to the article Friday on Facebook, right? I'm like, you know, sometimes there'll be truth to rumors. But basically, I said, we'll see within less than a week of what really is the truth, right? So, whap, Tuesday here, the Gregg County judge come out and says, we have a confirmed case of coronavirus in Longview, Gregg County. I'm like, no shit, Sherlock. But y'all just said that I got rumors on Facebook.
Yeah.
But shit, I always get the low on the scoop. I got ears to the street. You know, I may not be here no more. I got ears. And I believe this fact that there's supposedly 20 more cases. And they said that 4 people walked in Thursday that had contact with people that showed symptoms.
That's the coldest part about it, though. There's nothing that you can. There's nothing that you can just identify and be like,
I don't need to be around here.
I got the corona, or she got the corona.
Yeah.
Like you said, you got to go take the test, and you got to take the test. Then after you take the test, because you got symptoms, then you got to go home and self-quarantine. You can't leave. You can have no contact with nobody. Like, this shit, man, is almost better than the movie script. Speaking of scripts, though, have y'all seen the book wrote by, what's his name, Eddie Kuntz, or maybe I said his name wrong. It's called The Eye of Darkness.
I know who Kuntz is, but I haven't seen that.
In his book, written in 1981, he said it was going to be a flu-like virus that attacked people that came out of, where this thing come from, Wuhan? It came out of Wuhan. This man predicted this shit in 1981 in the book, Eyes of Darkness. Y'all go home. I'm gonna Google this just to be sure I'm telling y'all the right information, man.
Yeah, it might have. And here's the thing, you don't know where this thing comes from. That's the thing I'm worried and conscious about that, because somebody else read that. What if somebody said, I'm gonna make it go out right here? What if somebody said, this is a good place to start biological warfare? It was just like this in the book. We're gonna let it go right here, and we're gonna see what we can do to the damage in this world. Or maybe it's population control. Maybe it's the fact that there's somebody who wants to wage war on the world, and we don't know if it was an accident. Wasn't somebody supposed to know about this stuff, and then it got out of control, and they can't contain it now? There's so many conspiracy theories. But the thing of it is don't be bullshitting around here thinking that it ain't real though. That's what I'm telling you now, because that brother was sick. They showed him he was in a hospital bed, and he had talked about how he couldn't walk across the room without having to lay down and shit. And he finally got checked out, and then he found out he had it. But he was in a hospital bed. He said, shoot, I'm coming out of it. I'm going to survive. But he said, that shit was rough. Say, man, you can't breathe walking across the room, man.
That's tough, man.
Damn.
So it's some shit. You got to be careful, but it's stuff that your grandmama used to tell us to do. Wash your hands, keep your hands to yourself, Speak, be cordial, and keep moving. You let your friends know it.
That's damn sure what mama said.
And my granny.
Shit, I'm the only friend.
That's it.
She
You
didn't
don't
tell me
need
lie.
no more.
Yeah, that's the way it is. I mean, I'm sure that it exists though, but I don't trust none of them. I go with my instinct of what I know, and then I take a little bit of the information after I hear about 100 pounds of it, and then I give me about a good ounce of good weight measure out of that. pounds of bullshit they gave.
Got to.
Yeah. But there's some truth down deep in there.
I agree, man. I agree. Niggas, I like to say, wake up, man.
Wake up and be careful, man. Make sure.
Smell the coffee, man.
Be careful, be safe, man.
But niggas always pay attention and get very humble when the money get low. You know what I'm saying?
No Shave November too. Man,
I was gonna say,
Stay
what
your
that
ass.
hoe? That's what we doing?
I'm just saying. Stay
Oh,
your ass out
right.
the barbershop.
Right. When the money
Yeah,
get low,
Yeah, the money.
shit, it has humbled me. Let me sit down and get out this shit, man. Cut
Yeah.
all this bullshit out and figure something out.
Yeah.
And if we can collectively get to that point, and that's the biggest, like you was just saying earlier, collectively. What is the saying? If you want to go fast, go by yourself. But if you want to go far, go together. I may have made that up, but that shit sounded good.
It sounded good, but
Shit.
that nigga, you
We got
made
to be-
all that
we
shit
got
up.
to be collectively, man, on the same page. And I know, me personally, I'm not one that think all black folks gonna come together. It sounds good, and that will be the ultimate way that we get back on our thrones, you know what I'm saying, that we were once upon as the original people of the planet. But, and I hate to say but because, you know what I'm saying, ain't nothing good can really come out of it. But we got a serious whipping on our heads. There was a spell, and it's a mask, and self-hatred, and if that's the only component that I do believe that actually keeps us separated is the self-hate that, man, I don't want, he doing something good. Why does that make you feel lesser? The brother, get elected or do whatever he do, why he ain't shit now? Because he made himself better. She got a new hairdo that costs $500. Well, that's her money. Let her fuck it up how she want to.
Right.
You know, we got to, and even with that, it's one thing that white folks do. Most honorable Elijah Muhammad, he said, study the white man. Shit, and we should because the motherfucker been in position for a long time, man, on top of us. But white folk, they don't like each other, man. They don't not like each other, man. But one thing they will come together on is to keep your black ass out. If they don't agree on nothing else, they can sit down collectively and say, let's put this bill down. You're a Republican, we're a Democrat, we both in Congress, or this is state shit. These people could be fighting for 30 years family-wise. But when it comes to sticking together for the betterment of their race, they got that shit down to a science. They got it down to a science, man.
Yep.
Another thing that most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, it was certain things, sciences, that while they had us in a position of slavery or bondage, they would not teach us the science of war, the science of reproduction, and it's another one I can't think of. I mean, it's might be a few more, but even with those two, even the science of reproduction, like we used to be out here just fucking just to be fucking for somebody pretty, man. You know, and that's something that I did realize upon learning this lesson 10, 15 years ago that I just wasn't gonna be doing. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta even have sex, man, and reproduce with somebody, man, that you can see that's not just pretty, but has something on the inside. Because this is what you're gonna make. Produce a child that's gonna have the same things or better inside, man. So, you know, war. That's why we can't never come together, because they ain't teach us that shit when they had us in bondage. They taught us how to pray. And that might have been I ain't gonna say, that was the spell. That was the main spell right there. And they gave us their God. We threw ours in the trash. Damn, it's cool. Okay, that was my little diatribe on that.
Yeah.
I think that we gotta also, man, before you put all your eggs in one basket on this corona stuff, is that keep your eyes peeled, because anytime it's a distraction like this, it leads the wolves to do all kinds of sneaky shit on the background. And oftentimes there's stuff that's passed, stuff that's snuck under the light, under the table, out of the light, on you, and you like, when did this happen? And you look and you realize it happened while everybody was focused on this one thing. And so this doesn't mean that you turn your back to or your ears off to what else is going on, because this is often the time where if you think it's opportunity for you, it's also a bigger battle wolf out there that's gonna take a big bite.
Fake left, go right.
Yeah.
Shit.
And we were talking about these CEOs stepping down. I don't know, it seems to be a pattern, but if there's anything with these major CEOs stepping down, changing the game up, and then in addition to small businesses struggling because people ain't coming to them, or they're told not to go to these places in the public. I don't know how you're going to recover without something shady happening.
It's happening. It's happening, Jack.
So just be conscious of what's going on else around. Don't just be focused on this one thing. Something.
A bunch of smoke.
Something else. Yeah, some smoke.
Yeah, some smoke.
Yeah. And it feels like I've seen this before.
Where there's smoke, that's not right.
Yeah, I've seen this
Right,
before.
this gonna be big.
This ain't no regular game, but I know I done seen it before.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a 3-card Monty.
Yeah, that's a bad motherfucker.
I don't know.
They be cuffing the ball, man.
I don't know.
Cuffing my money. Fuck them motherfuckers. I can't beat them.
They cuffing the ball. You
They
know what I'm
cuffing
telling
the
you?
ball. They cuffing the ball.
They cuffing the ball.
They know how to do it.
Marcella used to do it. Anyway, I ain't gonna see, that's a whole nother, that's for my boy. No, they cuffing the ball.
Yeah.
The ball is not even on the tray
It's
once
not
you pick.
underneath any of them.
Any of them once you pick.
Pick
And then
whatever
he
one you
he
want.
puts it back. That's how good the nigga hands is. He
That's
puts
how
it
they
back
do it.
once it's time to show you.
Well, they tore my ass up in the strip club bathroom one day.
Oh yeah, that's what they love to get
Don't
you.
you ever play that.
Ever.
Man, they
You'll
tore
never
my
win.
ass up in that
The
bathroom.
odds is to always
Power.
lose on there. Yeah.
Pause. Goddamn.
Major. Anyway, yeah, so my just a quick little story. You talking about 3-point mom. This nigga made it to the unit, he have nothing. Not no money, not no nothing. So he set up his little table. Probably 3 days later, he had a full locker commissary, new tennis shoes off another nigga feet, and some niggas that owed him about $500-600 off this same ball. And he was like, the ball will never. He said they will never win unless I allow them to.
Yeah.
So if you listening to this, understand, do not ever play that. You will never win.
True that.
That's a lesson to my fans in game, man. You'll never win. He cuffing it like this. He'll mix him, turn his tray, and he got the ball because it's a soft little ball. He got it like that. And so then when you look up under there, you like, nah, and then he gonna move it and put it back up under there and be like, oh, it was right here.
Show it to you.
Yeah. Then he
All
gonna
I
let the
know
homie win
That's how they do
and they cheating.
it. He ain't gonna win.
Facts.
And you people talk about doing all kinds of things. No, and you ain't gonna win that.
Nah.
This game ain't set up for you. And every time they gonna cuff the ball. Every time.
Damn.
So you gotta learn how to, make the moves on your own, and we gotta do it together. But I mean, this is nothing new. I think folks have heard this 1,000 times, but I think you should hear it at least one more time.
Hey man, like you said, they done did everything under the sun to try to wipe us off the map. Everything from they experimented on us, they done hung us, man, they done gave us syphilis, they done did everything, they always coming up with something new, and they still can't destroy. This line right here might have been something put out there another plot to destroy the black man and woman. And it might not backfire, man. The ancestors are always in control, man. You know. So I just say, man, we're gonna come back next week and see what the fuck going on. What the conversation gonna be next week is really what I'm interested in. How has this shit progressed in a week's time? In the meantime, in between time, what y'all got going on, man? The next few days, man.
I had some stuff that I was going to, and due to this, it was canceled.
Me too.
You know what I mean? I was supposed to be working an event. I ain't gonna say the word or whatever, but yeah, it was canceled.
I was supposed to be going to Tracy Morgan last Saturday night.
Damn.
Oh man, I was ready. Canceled.
Other than that, my
Hustle man, chief.
Yeah.
with my kids, man, you know, they extended spring
Right.
break.
Right.
I'm not sending I got a 16-month-old. She's not going to daycare until I feel like it's fit for her to go to daycare. Even though, let's talk about that real quick before we get out of here. Their precautions, they closed it down. They said you can bring your kid, but stay in the car. We'll come get the kid, and I'm just gonna have to eat my bill and pay it regardless. But she's not, because you know they hold spots and it's pretty
Yeah, I
nice
know.
daycare.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna eat it. I got to.
What you mean, ooh, man?
I
That's
got
how it
to.
works.
I got to. So I can find out what's going on in the school. I'm definitely not sending money in school.
Then you gonna be paying that bitch
too.
for about 2 months, Jack.
I had to
Probably
pay it.
so.
I had to pay it for
And
10 years.
Yeah, she gonna be at
Hey
home.
man, I'm glad you got to pay it. I had to pay it extra when they didn't show up.
No, I
More
wanna hear
power
that.
to you. Welcome to fatherhood in 2000.
Nah, I wanna hear that, nigga.
Yeah, that's what you get for having the baby in 2020.
Don't worry about it. Boy got some girls too. We
That
can get
90,
the girls all
that 90 or
together.
that 120, whatever you got to pay, you got to pay.
I'm gonna trade our days.
Every week.
I'm gonna trade our days, man.
$500 a month for the free. That's $500 a month donation to
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Oh man.
They need to forgive that.
Yeah, we need to. When I see them,
Yeah.
talk to them, I'm gonna be like, is there any kind of way that y'all
Hey,
got
this
stimulus
coronavirus
package?
been messing up my
A corona stimulus package
Yeah.
for, cause yeah.
Yeah, I know the feeling. I had to do it.
Yeah, so that's it.
I
That's
want-
it for me. That's my spirit. That's my angry gripe or whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
Other than that, I don't have anything else going on. I'm going to work. I got jobs still, scheduling. I am, being precautious and letting them know that, a lot of people ain't doing it. I do have a hazard pay rate right now on certain places I go. The lady asked me about going to the hospital. I said, ma'am, yeah, but this is the figure. She said, thank you. I guess that
I'm
meant that
on
she didn't
OTW.
wanna-
Oh, she didn't want to do it. Oh, baby. Okay. It is what it
I'm like,
is.
hey, it is what it is. Find somebody else. I'm not just rolling up in there at the regular rate. I got to strap up. I got gloves, but I got to do extra precautions when I'm in there.
And I'll say, it's a high probability that y'all gonna see a little more of us, in the weeks to come with everything else shut down. Now we need to be able to talk about this shit, man, and let y'all know what's going on to the best of our abilities. I need y'all to do one thing for me. I need y'all to go to my brother's second son, the second with a K, S-U-N. He popping off on his YouTube page, up and running right back at it, man. Doing continuations of the walk with me that we do as a unit here. So we was trying to get in here today, but man, I was doing so much ripping and running. Time got the best of me. So y'all look forward to seeing us linking back up, coming back in here, man, continuing to explore the 12 Powers of Man, the book that we're reading right now, collectively sharing this information with y'all. He did one other day called No Rona. No Rona. So y'all go check that out on his YouTube page. Second Son, the second with a K, S-U-N on YouTube. Subscribe to the brother page, like the brother page, share it, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's run this shit up. Press box business. You know what I'm saying? The God's at work. In a human form. talking that talk, man. You know. Anybody else that want to come do a podcast, man, y'all always got some shit to say until a nigga put a camera in your face. Then your tongue tied.
Come on.
Act like you don't No, you got so much to say. Say it with conviction and enough confidence that it can spread throughout the whole YouTube lane. You know, you might go viral about your shit, you know, but you gotta, if it's talking, you gotta be able to stand on it. That's all I'm saying, man. That's it. I ain't got nothing else, man. I'm just thankful to be in here with my brothers.
Right
You
on.
know what I'm saying? Talking this real talk, man.
Man, Trap Talk exclusive right here we try to do them every Tuesdays or Thursdays, you know what I mean? Cause
Gumbo Talk Thursday.
Thursday, yeah, excuse me. So we try to do them on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. My bad, cause it be right after I be hooping, so excuse me. Around the 7:30, 8:30-ish time, you know, we try to come together and give y'all these talking real aspects professionally, you know what I mean? So, like you said at the beginning, if you haven't by now, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please do so. Tell a friend. See us on Instagram and
The Press Box Media Group.
Yeah. You know what I mean? We both got personal pages on Snapchat, but anything to do with the Press Box, I'm definitely trying to keep them in the loop. I post on my page a lot of times when Cool doing his gumbo talking. I'm gonna let him tell y'all about that. I try to repost that, but it's just all up under the umbrella. We trying to let y'all know everything we got going on. So when you see the Press Box or you know, gumbo talk, shit, that's us, man. Trap talk, that's us. That's all us. We all working together, man. CA, man. Y'all be good. Get cool. What you got for me?
Thursday nights at 8. You can catch it on Facebook. And Blog Talk Radio, Gumbo Talk Show. I don't know what the topic's gonna be this week. Somebody said I need to go finish up part 2, State of the Union, in my opinion. And I think that might be what I do because there's still a lot to talk about when we have situations like this so that we can, as a people, learn how to come up when everybody else is, you know, seemingly moving down. So sometimes you gotta strike when the iron's hot.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to be talking about that Thursday, and that there's no shame in, you know, buying up all the gold when gold is cheap, you know, because gold is going to go up. It's just that kind of stuff that we're going to talk about. And other than that, man, just glad to be alive, grateful for y'all. A couple weeks ago, praying for that situation with my daughter. She didn't have no broken bones, thank God. And that's about it, you know. Get back on this grind.
Back to
it, man.
Like they say, man, stack, stay, pray, stack, pray,
Stay out the way.
stay out the way.
Jack Rabbit. Until the next time, Trap Talk, we closing up out of here, man. Peace.
Out here.